What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here with Enyi. We're about to have a little bit of a Mavs therapy session, if you don't mind. You know, we've talked about this subject enough, but we haven't heard it from Enyi. And then also, 7 months later, how am I still feeling about this damn trade? Anyway, without further ado, it's been your boy TGK. Enough of the fluff. Let's get to the stuff. All right, brother. How you doing, man?
Man,
Long
I'm
time.
doing good. I'm doing good. Long time. You've been killing it on your videos and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to get some things off our chest and kind of talk our way through because life or basketball life as we know it has completely changed from 7 months ago. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Uh, let the audience know where they could find you on Twitter, man. Your Twitter is Enyi Nduka. Nduka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just regular degular. I'm never really creative with my usernames. I should be a little bit, but no, not really.
I'll add it in the description below. So
I
when y'all
appreciate
see
I,
this,
now.
it'll be in the description
Yeah.
below.
Now with that being said, I literally just told you I'm not super active on my Twitter anymore because it has been connected to my Mavs fandom. Now I'm still a fan. Don't
Yeah,
I guess you talk about me.
just in case you say
Yeah,
something
just
and
yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah.
connects to it and they want to reach out to you, then boom, here we go.
Yeah. I've had a couple things that I've tweeted that connected with some people. I
Oh yeah.
guess some people with the same mindset as me. They've gained a couple of followers and got some what's it called? When you have people reacting to your tweet, engagement. That's
Oh,
what I'm.
engagement. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got some engagement, but it's not like I'm looking for it. But it is what it is.
Well, again, for those that are watching, if you like long form content, this is it. This is basically just going to be an open conversation between me and Enyi. I have not gotten to talk to him about this trade, this specific, like this in this type of detail in this type of setting since
Since the day
since
of
it
the
happened.
trade.
Yeah, we've never
Yeah,
talked.
yeah.
I've
I
been to
remember I
his
called in.
wedding. We've done all that, but we have
Yeah.
not talked about this. So um, I do have to go back. I have to go back to February. And back then, I had said, this is what I had said. I had said that the Mavs were dead to me after the Luka trade. I made a whole video and that video went crazy.
Mm,
Obviously that was raw emotion. Now,
yeah.
months later, me personally, I'm still conflicted. I'm still jaded and it's hard for me to say I am a Mavs fan, but
Hmm.
we'll get to me later on. But I know you've been sitting with this as well for a long, long time.
Hmm.
Where are you at now compared to when the trade first happened to
Uh-huh.
where you're at right now?
So when the trade first happened, um, I could honestly say now I've lived a good life. Um, but I could pretty much classify that as one of the most. This sounds so hyperbolic. It's gonna make me sound like a little child, but this is how good of a life I've lived. That's probably one of the most traumatic things I've ever experienced. Like real talk. Like I
Yeah.
can actually, I can vividly remember how I felt when I read that Twitter notification. And not many things like I can remember where I was when this happened and this happened. And I can probably remember some details, right?
Mhm.
But when because I was kind of like sleep, right? And my phone was going off. I had a bunch of like group texts and a lot of people were, reacting. And I remember one group text was just I saw that first and it said, and he's not gonna like this when he wakes up.
Mm. A
And
group
then
text.
yeah, it was group text from some guys I do business with.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And then I see the Adrian Wojnarowski tweet, and then I didn't even see the whole thing. I just saw Mavericks traded, and then when I guess once I saw Mavericks traded, I didn't really like look at the the tweet in its
Mhm.
entirety. I was just looking for a name.
Mm.
I was just looking, just straight looking for the name. And then I
Right.
saw, so back connected back to the, the text I was saying that I'm not going to be happy about this. So I look and I see Luka Doncic, and literally, like, I don't I don't get mad, right? It's very
Right.
rarely that I get mad. Um, but like I was in engulfed with like rage. Like, and it was like the type of rage where like the thing happened and there's nothing you can do about it,
Right.
right? Um, and I kind of like to try to throw some like context in it to try to really paint the picture of how I was feeling.
Mm.
So my gaming habits, when I play college football, when I play Madden, when I played 2K growing up, I'm always a dude that like to do franchise mode.
Okay.
Um, and I'll do it by myself, right? And sometimes when something happens that I didn't want to happen, I could have just paused, quit, and restarted again from the game.
I know what
Right?
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, stuff happens. It's my world. I can do what I want.
Right.
Uh, and rarely in life do I have a feeling of I want to like pause, exit out of this, and like restart from the beginning of whenever this bullcrap happened to completely stop it from happening.
Mhm.
But I couldn't do it. And it was just like, what the crap? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
This can't be real. This is a joke. I was on my computer till about 4 a.m. Everyone, I was going through everyone's live streams. I remember We Talk Mavs back when there were still We Talk Mavs. Now they've
Mhm.
rebranded. They did a live stream. You did yours. So many other people did like emergency pods. I didn't even look at all that. I was just like, what's going on? And I
Right.
didn't know, like, my brain was so scattered, like I didn't know like where to look. So I just kind of like gravitated towards Railing King and you. And then I'm just like, what's going on? And then I'm like, I have you guys playing in the background, and I'm like just refreshing Twitter, like thinking that uh there's going to be a follow-up tweet that says, oh, by the way, this is
A
not real,
hoax.
this is a
Yeah.
hoax, or I was sorry, my phone was hacked, or oh, some a source gave me bad information. Like, nothing about this trade at the time, i i, I say at the time, even now, didn't make sense.
Mhm.
It didn't make sense basketball wise, didn't make sense business wise. It didn't make, and there was the thing that annoys me about it is there's no real way to explain it. Like,
Mm-mm.
when something happens, you can usually be like, okay, I can see the line of thinking. I can
Yeah.
connect point A to point B, and I can see the straight line. Here, I'm just like, what's going on? Like, so I was just so mad about it. Fast forward 7 months later, my relationship with the Mavericks have it's still there, but
Mm.
if you remember old days with Facebook, when you had your relationship status, when it was single, dating, or in a relationship with, and then it's complicated,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
under then the it's complicated tab with the Mavericks,
Mm.
right? Because here's the thing: the Mavericks did business wise, right? Here I have my philosophy when it comes to like running. If I was to run a professional sports or entertainment thing, right? One
Mhm.
of the things you don't want to do is you do not want your customer base to put things in perspective. You
Mm.
want them to be lost in the sauce, right? You want
Right.
them to be like, hey, I want to go to a Mavs game. Let me drop hundreds of dollars. even though I have no control. I'm literally watching grown men play a game for 2, 3 hours of my own time with my own dollars and watch it. When if you were probably thinking better, you'll probably be like, I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably do something that will push my life forward, right?
Mhm.
So, like after the initial anger, then the realization came to me like, man, why do I care so much about this? Like they literally
Mm.
made a move. They didn't consult me or any other Mavs fan or anybody else. They just made a move. My feelings be damned, right? So
Yeah.
why do I care about this so much?
Mm.
And so that's kind of where I am. It's just like I've completely taken a massive step back. I am still a fan. If I was to watch a game, my heart will still push me to cheer for the Mavs, right? It's
Mm.
the in between the games that happen. Like I've been watching basketball for so long that it's almost I'm on autopilot. Like even when Mavericks are tanking and I wanted them to lose, I would still cheer when they made buckets in
Mhm.
crunch time,
Yep.
right? Because it's a reflex at this point.
Mm.
But so I'll watch a game and I'll cheer, but in between I'm just like, dude, how the did you make that trade? Like I'll be so mad. And now we're, how many months going into the season, and we have a good roster. Some might say an awesome roster, and we have the benefit of having. No matter what happens, we have something to look forward to. Unless Cooper Flag gets hurt, we will have some. We'll go into every game with something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
So if AD goes down, just say, all right, let's give the ball to Coop. Let's watch him work. It will be like the Dennis Smith days of old, right? Um, But I'm not as excited, man. I'm not.
Mm.
I'm just like, uh, as it's like barely above the level of casual.
Mm. I get
Like
that.
that yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm still following, I still get the tweets, you know, I'll still listen to the podcasts and I don't listen to as much content as I used to, but um I'm just it's so complicated right now. It's like I don't know like and then I'm gonna equate it to another relationship thing. So it's like you have a girlfriend and she cheats on you. And not only and this is what did you see what's his that comedian that Mexican comedian's name? He was on
uh,
Club Shay Shay. Ralph
oh,
Garcia, I think.
Ralph. No,
Yeah. You're,
Ralph.
Garcia? No, it's not.
No, no, no. It's no. It's just damn it. I don't know. It's a shame that I don't even know. Rob Barbosa. It
Ralph
just hit me.
Barbosa. Yeah, so he
Yeah.
was on Club Shay Shay. And he's a funny dude, but
Mhm.
he was saying a couple things that was like, that's spot on.
Yeah.
So when he was like, is like my see, he said something about your it's like your girl sleeping with your worst enemy.
Yeah.
When he described how the trade because he went to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And it was just like
Yeah. That's pretty
so
tough.
many, yeah, so many things about it was like a swift kick to the nuts of every Mavs fan. And it was like he didn't care about like so it's like not only are you trading the guy, but you're trading it to them.
Yeah.
Like,
And and that's the thing about the entire trade is we were all shocked and
uh-huh.
angry, and you go through all the stages of grief. Hell, like if you saw my content like right after that trade, it was I think the first stream was I called it like the death of the Mavericks. The second stream was the funeral, and then I forgot how I was going about it, but I had like a
Yeah.
four stream kind of setup of like stages of grief in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then but I know you're saying like your Mavs fandom is like in limbo or it's complicated. Mine is
I
like
don't I don't think mine will ever get to a point where I stop caring about the Mavs.
mm,
But it got really close to how I am with the Cowboys. Like I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life. Well, I lied. Not my whole life. When I start paying attention to like the sporting world, so I started watching basketball full time 2000,
Yeah.
99, 2000. I didn't start watching football full time till about 2006,
Mm.
right? So about the year Romo became
Started
the
taking
starting
over.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Um, so I was how I was I knew everybody on the roster. I even had my preseason darlings. I knew the whole schedule, what time they played, what channel.
You knew practice players,
Right,
practice squad
exactly,
players.
exactly. Um, now I this year I didn't even know they played on Thursday till the day of.
Right. I didn't know till the
Like
week of.
I knew. I mean, in fantasy football, I knew there was a game on, but I didn't even know it was a Cowboys Philly until
That was
Thursday,
opening. Damn.
right? And so the Mavericks, it used to be, oh, I know when this game's on. I know what channel is on. I even, in case I can't watch it, I know what radio station's on to listen to it, to listen to Coop and Company, right? Um, and then after that trade, there were games where I completely missed, and there was no reason for me to miss it. Like I wasn't doing anything to take my attention away. I was just doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
see
know?
for me it was like MySpace. You know, back then MySpace when you had your top 10 or
Oh my
top
gosh,
3,
MySpace is
like
to me the best one out of everyone.
yeah, it was the best one. I would have had the Mavericks as number
Uh-huh.
1 on my
Uh-huh.
MySpace,
On your top 8?
and yeah, they would have been number 1. And after that,
Mhm.
like when I think of all the teams that I really like, it takes me about like 6, 7 teams before I'm like, yeah, the Mavericks, you know.
No,
Like
yeah, no.
what happened is, besides all the shock and besides all the like, disgruntledness and anger, like I'm really jaded, bro.
Mhm.
Really jaded. And I
Yeah.
know I said, "Oh, the Mavericks are dead to me." And yeah, I'm in an emotional state when I'm making those videos. They're raw. I plan on reacting to my old videos, bro. Like I know I'm gonna cringe so hard, but it was raw. I
Yeah.
did not care how it looked. Like I remember I did the stream. It was Midnight Madness. I don't know if people want me to bring that back, but I might. It was Midnight Madness, the night of. I was probably the only Mavs creator live at that time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm chilling, and we're like, we're just gonna have a cool night, la da da, blah blah
Oh, wait,
blah.
so you were already
I was
online?
already on. Yes, I was already live.
Oh,
It
okay.
broke live as I was on the
I thought
show.
you just did an emergency stream after.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it was Midnight
Damn.
Madness.
Nah,
Yeah, it was
okay.
it was
I
it
low
was
key kinda
right.
have to watch
Bro, you got to watch it, bro. Like this is where
it.
I
Like,
wish my channel was a little bit bigger, right? Because
yeah.
the way that happened,
Whoa.
it was in live in the moment. It wasn't like let me go live. I was already live, and you got to
Yeah.
see like the rawest form of a reaction because I know Slightly went live. We talked
Yeah,
Mavs
a
went
lot of
live
people went live after the fact.
after the fact. I was
No
already
one
live.
went yeah, no one there was a
It's
couple people who were not Mavs creators that we saw their reaction in real time. Like, I
yeah.
remember Locked On Denver had a I don't wanna say funny
Yeah,
reaction.
they're like,
Like,
no way, they
yeah,
weren't
there's
even
no
buying
way.
it.
And
Yeah.
the dude was like, "Dude, stop checking your phone, like, it's not real." And the dude's like, "Nah, dude, it's real."
Yeah.
And they completely shifted their stream, their show from there on. They're like, "Are you effing serious?" Like, a couple people. I remember I saw YouTube was just a compilation of different reactions to people finding out the news, and it was a lot of like streamers that were like, some people were like, "Yo, whoa, whoa, whoa," there's
Yeah.
from Lakers perspective, like, "We got Luka, that's great,"
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
And that's why I said I wish my channel was big enough because it would have been
yeah,
like,
dude. No,
oh,
I have to do.
gotta go
Matt
back.
wants me
Bro,
to watch
so
that.
I went live. I was live and I forget who said it in the comments. They're like, hey, check your Twitter. So I go and check Twitter. I see the trade.
Ooh,
And I am live reacting. I'm like, he got hacked. Like immediately I was laughing, talking about he was hacked, right?
yo, yeah.
Um and you could literally see it wasn't processing. And
Hmm.
then after I saw like the second one, and then when I saw
Yeah. No,
Mark,
this is real tweet.
yeah, whenever I saw Mark Stein tweet it, that's when it was like, no fucking way. At that point, it changed. Um, but for me, I'm just so jaded, bro. Like it is so tough for me to be like, yeah, I want to root for the Mavs, but then I'm like, it's like there's literally no part of me that wants to root for them because I feel like I'm rooting for Nico, and that is like the biggest hurdle that I have, my biggest dilemma that I have.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm rooting for Luka. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Oh, you're a Lakers fan. No, I'm not. I am rooting for Luka, but Dallas is my home. I grew up here, and so the Mavericks were my favorite team over the Cowboys, over any other team. Yeah. And when they did that, it betrayed everything I thought that I knew of them. So it wasn't like, oh, you traded away the greatest player, from a talent perspective that we ever had. You're also betraying the trust that I had within that organization that I grew up on. Yeah. So I lost two things in that one trade. It wasn't just losing Luka.
Yeah.
I lost that relationship I had with them because they are no longer the Mavericks I grew up with. They are this new regime that I don't recognize anymore.
Yeah. And I think part of the I don't know if it should be part of the rule, not the rules, but something that you should do as a GM is kind of study. You should. I don't want to say. You should take into consideration how the fans are and how we go about getting behind teams, right? Because we're not LA. We're not the team that, hey, you can just throw LeBron on our team. And some people will push back a little. There was some pushback when LeBron got on the Lakers because they thought they were going to take over Kobe's positioning in Laker pantheon. But no, eventually, people just got hopped on. We all know the Lakers notoriously they Photoshop every star in their uniform because they just know that at some point in time in the future, a star is going to get on the team, right? And you were doing it for Luka for years. We were seeing tweets about it, and it was, um, we were all just kind of laughing it off, and we're saying that's never going to happen. But I say all that to try to, kind of, I guess, to kind of emphasize that we're not that. That's not. Of course, we wanted all the free agents, but we wanted the free agents to help Dirk get to try to get back to the promised land. Right? We were all behind Dirk. What made 2011 special is the fact that Dirk, Jet, Matrix, all these guys that we were behind eventually won. And I'm not sure if I'm on record saying this on the internet, but I've always said, hey, you can take all the 2000s Mavs, right, and completely shift rosters with the Lakers or with any other team that was one of the best in the league, with Spurs or with the Pistons or something like that, right? And just rock with them and win a championship. And if you gave me the choice for that, I would have said no. I want to win. On top of winning, I want to win with my guys.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the fact that he traded like our guy, and it was like, oh, but we got AD, and it's like, no, like he's a good player, but no, he's not our guy. So even if you win a championship, there's some people who are just going to be overly ecstatic that cheer for, and I'm not trying. And the main thing that pisses me off about what happened are all these fans that are trying to tell people how to fan. So I'm not going to say this is the correct way to fan, but this is just how I am, and I'm sure you're very similar, right? I want to win with my guys. So some people are going to be happy if by God's grace the Mavericks win a championship next year, but I'm not sure I'll be happy, but I'm not going to be like,
it's not going to hit the same.
It's not going to hit nowhere remotely close to this.
No, it's not going to hit the same. And I'll put it like this. We were, bro, the beauty about winning with your guy is you get to start down here, like at the bare
Mhm.
bottom, and you get to have your peaks and valleys, right? Ups and downs.
Mhm.
With Dirk was like, as much as I feel he should have had three,
Uh-huh.
that one and that journey to get to that one
Yeah.
was on a whole different level. His one championship is worth KD's two or three that he
Ooh, yeah,
had.
exactly.
Like
Mhm.
it is, or probably even more than that. It like that one championship was so special because of the journey, the ups and downs, and
Mhm.
if you recall it, I think it was after the Golden State loss or the Denver Nuggets loss when the city started questioning Dirk's ability
Mhm.
to win. Like
Yeah.
and those remember that were here before Twitter. If you were one of those that questioned him, but I wasn't. I was like, no, Dirk's still my guy.
Yeah.
And so to win with him, when we won, it was funny. When we won, I wasn't like throwing shit. I wasn't celebrating. I was literally on the floor of the living room just like crying. It felt
Yeah.
relieved, bro. I felt relieved. Like we finally did this. Like I've never
Yeah.
experienced a championship, and I'm just like, but then it reflected to the players because you saw Dirk and Jason Kidd. They didn't know how to celebrate either.
Yeah.
You know,
We saw Dirk famously runs into the
runs into the like they didn't
yeah,
know how to celebrate either
and
because they know
and
the weight of it all.
yeah, um,
And
and I've said too, it was like when Dirk went into it's gonna sound gay as hell, but when Dirk went into the shower, we were there with him because it was like all of
yeah,
Dallas was
yes,
like, this is like
we were
we've been
there,
there through
bro.
the ups and downs, dude. Like we were behind you the people who were behind him the whole time. We were behind you the whole time through the
You didn't
ups
do it
and
alone,
downs,
you know.
through the losing, to the 8th seed Golden State We Believe team, to the going through his relationship issues with his first girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
through and still balling out in the playoffs while going through all that
Mm-hmm.
and all the one and done stuff after that. We were still there rocking with him, and then we eventually won, and it was just like,
Not
I
nothing.
remember I was kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop when it happened, because that's just how I trained myself to be. I was like, this doesn't seem real. Like we're done, so we're done. We won. There's no flag on the
There's
play.
no more
There's no-
games.
Yeah,
Is
no
it?
more games. There's not a Mavericks need to win 9 games or something,
Right.
or game 9 or something before. Yeah, it was just um, you know, again when he celebrated, because I so remember that too, and I had to go to the parade. I had to celebrate, and I just remember the days afterwards too. You know,
Yeah.
I
But
remember,
well, go
you
ahead.
know, I remember, the Darren Williams and all of them was like hoping they will come. And despite, Dirk winning a championship, they're still disrespecting him because, Darren Williams didn't come because they said, essentially rather played with Joe Johnson than Dirk.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and and we're just like, well, screw you. And then we got, we thought we had a good chance at getting Dwight. We thought we had a good chance at getting DeAndre. All these guys, so we compare with Dirk. Um, and actually, too, funny enough, I'm sure the Dallas Stars fans feel the same way about Mike Madonna.
Oh hell yeah. What? Yes.
Winning with
Winning
him.
with
It's like
him.
we're not the type of fan base that was just like, hey, just trade all our guys and just bring in mercenaries
Mm-hmm.
and win. Like
But
if
but but mind you,
me,
that also started with the Cowboys. Like you had your guy and you won with your guy. Like
yeah,
there was never a time where the Cowboys traded for somebody that was already established to win. I don't. I,
yeah,
I mean,
they
maybe the
didn't gut,
Rangers are the closest to that, but
they didn't gut like their main guys after. Of course, we all know about the historic Herschel Walker trade.
yeah,
But after, after getting Michael Irving, then Troy, then Emmett, it was like, okay, these are our guys. These are who we're going to win with. And
yeah.
then we're just going to start building on top of that. Charles Haley, we eventually got,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2 with him. We got Prime. And it's just like, we're going to win with those guys. Now, if it was just like, hey, we're just going to trade the triplets and everybody else and get the San Francisco 49ers roster, and
Right.
that's what we're going to rock with. It wouldn't have felt the
Wouldn't have
same. Now,
wouldn't have felt
Cowboys fans are
special.
probably more fair weather than the Mavericks fans are,
Oh, for sure,
but we
for
still
sure.
would have been like, no, this is our guy. Like we
Yeah.
got over that Parsons trade. Like, maybe it was me being jaded too, because that Parsons trade, I was over that and over in under 24 hours.
I
But
mean,
I was just
but
like, what this is I guess this is the life we live now.
but see, I said that to eventually get to the point with Luca is that we were going through those peaks and valleys with Luca,
Yep.
even though a lot of it was we're peaking, right?
Uh-huh.
And we went to the playoffs a couple of times, lost to the Clippers,
Uh-huh.
low valley. Then go back to the playoffs, we get to the Western Conference Finals. Then the next season we don't make it, but we get Kyrie. And then the
Mhm.
next season we get to the finals and we lose. But it's
Yeah.
like we're getting there. We're
Yeah.
literally about to reach the cusp of the pinnacle of Luka finally becoming a champion. And now
Uh,
we don't even get to enjoy it when it does
yeah.
happen.
Mhm.
So it's like death, man. Some death robs you of the moments you could have had,
Mhm.
right? And so like when my pops died, when my mom died at the youngest, death robbed me of moments that I still could have had with them.
Yeah.
Now, that's very serious in the way I'm saying that, but it literally feels like a part of my Mavericks fandom died because now all of this investment that I had in the Mavericks my entire life is one thing, but all the investment
Mhm.
we had in Luca and seeing him being this Euro underdog that no
Yeah.
everyone's like not believing in, just like they did with Dirk.
Uh-huh.
He's getting there. We're right there. We literally had
Mhm.
the team, and you traded it away to try to win when you were already in a win now situation. But
Yeah.
where are you with that? Like, I got a two-part question. First off, are you jaded or are you more complicated with the Mavs right now?
I
Where
mean,
are you leaning?
it's a bit of both, man. Um, like, was I excited when they got the ask me if I was excited when they got the first pick.
Were you excited when they got the
I was
first pick?
pissed.
Me too,
I
bro.
was pissed.
Yes, I
'Cause
was too.
I was like, because in my head, first of all, after that trade, I went straight conspiratorial, dude.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I went straight
rigged.
conspiratorial. And it was like nothing confirmed. Not like the one thing that could have confirmed it almost 100% was the Mavericks getting that first pick.
Yeah.
And as soon as they said, "Oh, the Mavericks have the top 4 pick," I said, "Watch them get the first pick." And then it happened. I was like, "You motherfuckers really like they really." So now, like my brain's going like, "Oh, they needed to get Luka to the Lakers so they can increase all." Like I'm trying to connect all these dots that are
Mm-hmm.
actually more easier to connect than what actually happened. With the reasoning that we were getting, right?
And then the
Um,
Lakers got sold after they knew they had a superstar on the team.
I mean,
Mm.
that's what I'm saying. So like there are so many things, and I hate to be conspiratorial. I'm not as much anymore because I'm not as emotional about it anymore. But I was like, yeah, there's parts of me that's jaded. We lost all our a lot of our assistant coaches. I was just like, I don't blame them. Like,
Yeah.
you know, things change. That they're probably not down with management. Yeah, they got a whole new set of people who it looks like they got a good bunch, but it's not the same, dude. And
And,
another thing that killed me, and I'm sure it probably killed you, is just about how they went about doing it. It
mm.
was just like the most
Oh yeah.
un-Maverick way.
Yes. The aftermath of it.
Yeah, the aftermath, the we're doing this the secret press conference or
Secret
whatever
press
that yeah,
conference.
and it's just like, dude, what like what
There's a catastrophic injury on the way. Like who talks like that? Like who does
yeah,
that?
exactly. And yeah, there's so many things about it that I was just like there were literally points that I was just like against the Mavericks. Like that's how bad it got.
Yeah.
Like um I remember I think in McMahon he said he was gonna release that um article as soon as the Mavericks lost.
Yeah.
And I was more looking forward to that than the prospect of them going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, F this. I don't need to see them into the
And
playoffs.
and this is why I feel we're more jaded than anything else. Because am I excited for Cooper? Yes.
Mhm.
But part of me, you know, like I've never done this content for the sake of making money. Like making money is
Yeah,
great and all, but I've always enjoyed talking about the Mavericks
yeah.
regardless.
Same with me.
And so even though whenever the trade happened, I was the first one to like I'm not considering myself a Mavs content creator. And it was more so for like the principle of it all.
Mhm.
And so whenever we got Cooper, I was like, okay, I'm happy for the Mavs fans that are still
Mhm.
diehard fans. Like they deserve it. But but part of me like notices how others are like, yeah, we deserved Cooper. We lost Lucas, so we deserve like oh bro, like a
Yeah,
franchise treating a superstar like that does not deserve it. Not that we didn't as Dallas.
yeah.
We deserve it. But the front office and Nico and those guys,
Mhm.
they didn't
'Cause
deserve it. And that's
honestly, who's
that's
to
why I'm
say
so
you won't do
conflicted.
something like that again?
Right.
Um,
And
yeah,
that's where I was so conflicted about it, bro. Because to see those guys celebrate that draft pick,
yeah,
and I know people gonna be like,
that did not feel good at all.
nah, and people were like, man, don't let Nico ruin your fandom and this and that. Don't let one man, have such an impact on. Like, bro, I
He
don't care,
did
bro.
though.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. He did,
He
and
already did,
and
like
and it's not like I'm not letting him. He did it, dog. Like he's like what they don't know is, thankfully, I have I have a little bit of a following. The amount of messages and people that reached out to me that told me how their kids dealt with it, how their relatives dealt with it,
Mhm,
and how insensitive like it felt to them and how they dealt with Luca. And
mhm,
even all the Slovenian fan base, like that country, how they felt
mhm,
alienated by Nico. The question to you is like, so I think it's easy to say he alienated the entire fan base,
yeah.
even if some of his other moves look solid. Like me personally, I will never trust that guy. So for you though, do you see him differently, or is your trust
No,
gone
I
as
see him
well?
completely differently, dude. Like, I've never had to, like, turn my brain like, I had to try to justify because he was actually a good GM prior to
Bro,
that
he
move,
was amazing, dog. He was amazing, dog.
right? Um,
Yes, was.
and I didn't know about all the stuff that was going on in the background. And now that I'm hearing all that post this trade, it's just like I can't get behind you, dude. I can't. I can't trust you because he that move that he made was it was franchise altering, right?
Mhm.
Here, because okay, so this is another thing I said. Um, Luca has a chance to be, and not just an all. We toss around the term like all time great, but he had the face to be like a chance to be the face of a generation.
Of
Like I'm
course.
talking about like, Magic Bird in the 80s, Jordan in the 90s, Kobe, Shaq
LeBron.
2000s, yeah,
Mhm.
LeBron and Steph 2010s, right? And he had that, and as a fan base to be directly connected to that, to see, oh, when we go back and we talk about the greatness of Luca, that would have been attached to Dallas. You know
That
what
would
I
have been
mean?
our first one, bro.
That would have been our first one because we didn't we have to ride so hard for Dirk and for Dirk to get all the respect.
Hmm.
And it was like niche. It was like you had to
Yeah,
really go ball
super
for
niche.
the people to to know the impact of Dirk, right?
Hmm.
Um, but like with Luca, it was just like, oh, this is what Chicago must have felt watching Jordan, or this is what
Yes, bro.
Cleveland must have felt like watching LeBron in his come up. Or
Yes.
no, LA when they first when they got Magic and watching him rise up, it was like, oh, we're watching this guy. Like we saw the flashes his rookie year. His rookie year was so fun to watch,
Yeah.
right? And then he backed that up with the sophomore year. There was no slump. It was literally like, okay, that's their guy. I
Yeah, he's
remember
here.
after he went toe to toe with the best uh defensive
The
1-2
Clippers.
punch, yeah,
Hmm.
Clippers, and he went toe to toe with them. where Kawhi Leonard had to have historic numbers to beat
Beat
Luka,
him.
and Luka's second best dude was Tim Hardaway Jr. Right?
Thanks,
So we
bro.
saw all that unfold. So now I'm year 3 coming, and I'm having discussions with my boys, and I'm like, yo, Paul George is nice and all, but I got Luka. Luka's my
Yeah.
dude. You can throw all the defenders that you want. Luka's gonna solve it. He's only 22 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's so we, it's a sense of pride when we get into these basketball discussions, and they get heated and whatever.
Yep.
It's like there's a sense of pride that you have that is like, no, I got Luka,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can rock with Ant, and they every time they try to uh, go one on one with Luka and someone, and that narrative got thrown to the trash in years time, right? Oh, I remember they started saying Trey was as good as Luka, Trey Young. We're like, fuck out of here with that. He's not even good, right? But
Mm-hmm.
and then that eventually got tossed because after his Western Conference run, he was battling to get to damn playing games. He never sniffed anything remotely as close to success as Luka.
Yeah.
Right? They tried to say they tried to say Ant. He shut up Ant and his crew so nasty. Like we
Yeah,
try to
they
say
would compare them to everybody, bro.
yeah, they try to compare. They try to knock him down to anybody. Oh, I rather have Anthony Edwards. I love Anthony Edwards, but he ain't a Luka,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, when we're going into discussions, it's like there's a point of pride that we had that was taken away from us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now it's like, okay, so got Cooper, and everyone's tossing around generational talent or whatever. And I don't want to speak negative of the dude because he has nothing to do with this trade. He doesn't have anything to do with Nico. He just fell on our lap, right? But it is very hard to have that kind of luck and success. Not just like we had it with Dirk,
Yeah.
and then immediately went to Luka. And you're telling me we're about to do Dirk, Luka, and then Cooper, all straight draft? Like I don't think we've seen so many guys who were supposed to come number one. And I'm not saying this of Cooper. I think he'd be good.
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
He's gonna be good. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, generational by
Le- Left to be
by the
seen.
numbers. By the numbers, the chances of that happening are slim to none.
Yeah. Very slim.
Very slim.
To get to that level of and this is where people kind of misconstrue things. It's like you got Cooper, oh, you got another one. Bro, it's another level to get. Like he could be Kawhi level, but it's still not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that it
Not, yeah.
level, the
Yeah.
LeBron,
Not cool.
Steph,
Yeah. He's not cool.
Jordan, Kobe, Luka levels. Like
Yeah.
those are those generational superstardom, they're worldwide type of levels, and Cooper could be that. But we got to see. We got to see, and he has all the
He has all the tools.
yeah, he has all the tools. It just we got to see
He
it.
don't look like a star to me.
we're
Like
gonna see.
like yeah, I feel like when I go back and look at the stars of the NBA,
Yeah,
there's like a distinctive look to them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I don't see that. This is me. I have to realize that I'm on the internet saying this stuff, so people are going to think that I'm crazy. There's not appearance wise. There's not anything that stands out with Cooper.
right.
Like he just looks like a white dude, and nothing
Like a
against white dudes. Of course, I'm used to
like a
being led by
Gordon Hayward.
yeah, exactly. He just looks like a Gordon Hayward. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just like, and Gordon Hayward was a fine player.
Yeah, it was good.
He wasn't a Luka. Like Luka came in and just you saw it. I
Yeah.
seen it. You know what I mean? As much as I rode with Dennis Smith, I didn't see you with Dennis Smith. He just looked like generic point guard one, but
Yeah.
he was just my guy. Yeah, I rode for Dennis Smith hard. But I hope Cooper's gonna be good. I hope he's going to be the generational talent that everyone says he is. That's going to be, that might be my bridge back to, being, 90, 100% emotionally back into the Mavs. But, the chances
Well,
of that happening is just,
where are you at now? What are your
bro, I'm
percentages
probably
now?
like at 40.
40. Whoa.
I'm
Damn.
like at 40. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm still listening to some podcasts to help time go by, but and
I'm,
and I got 2K26. I've been playing with the Mavs.
I'm more into probably the teens,
You're in
like
the teens, yeah.
13%.
Yeah, I heard.
But
Yeah, I've been hearing people trying to pull you out of the doomsday bunker, but
yeah,
I
it's
completely understand.
I find it surprising. It's like, well, if they were watching what I'm posting, like I'm trying, but
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
it
And
ain't
no,
working.
and that's us. Like I'm legitimately trying, but a lot of the stuff is it's reflex or
Yeah.
it's autopilot. It's just it's like you know
I feel sick to my stomach, bro, when I get there. But yeah, question to you though. Question to you
yeah,
though is are you gonna root for the Mavs or Luca first? Where you at with that?
that's tough. That is a tough question. Um, if anybody knows me, they will know like the type of dude I am. I write for my city. I love Dallas. Um, and I will probably actually going back when Luca came back. Yeah, when Luca came back to Dallas to play the game, um,
So
my
different. That was
heart
such.
and now it could be just emotionally and everything. My heart was cheering for Luca more than the Mavs.
Mm,
I didn't watch the game because I was coaching. I had AAU practice that day, but I remember like I was looking at the score and I'll go to the box score
yeah,
and I'll see the score and I'm like, haha, Lakers are up. And I look at the box score up, Luca got 30. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
no, because like I almost needed him to show up the Mavs,
yeah.
and then the fact that AD didn't
Show
was
up at
almost
all.
a non-factor.
Yeah,
It's like, this is who we traded for. So we traded our 26-year-old, not in his prime yet, superstar, super duper star for. And you telling me that defense wins championships.
yeah.
That's the shit. That's the shit we tell. That's the shit we tell our young kids to get them to put out more effort on the defensive side. But we all know anybody who knows ball is, hey, a good offense backed with good effort on defense is your best bet to winning
Right.
championship. Yeah.
And then that's the crazy thing. It's like, yeah, let's trade away our young generational talent for a older injury prompt. Like anyway, it goes without saying. We've said this a
Yeah.
million times. So for me, I'm Luca first, 1,000%. Like I'm not even it's not even a question for me. Like
That's understandable.
I'm a Luca guy first right now. Like the main thing, before we wrap this up, the main thing that the Mavericks could do is to fire Nico, and they could probably get every single Mavs fan that had jumped off,
Mhm.
or is jaded, or is on the fence, or is you know complicated relationship. They
Yeah.
could get everybody back just with that one move. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
I 100% agree. It still won't be the same.
It won't be the same, but
It won't be the same.
we can start healing.
So yeah. So that coupled with Cooper actually turning out to be what people are saying that he's supposed to be, that will get that will get the fan base 100% back in my
Oh yeah.
um now hold on. So I saw your video on the dude from uh Twin Peaks, the Twin Peaks situation, Twin Peak Gate.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Spill your side of it.
No,
Let me set it up for the audience.
I said this on Twitter, and if you
Okay.
guys don't follow me. So, of course, that instance happened. You had a lot of fans were, I guess a lot of fans were happy about it.
That was
But
a
then you had your
overwhelming. support
Was it
for it.
overwhelming? Did you follow like
Yeah,
follow how the perception was overwhelmingly people were for that?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the ones that weren't surprised, there were some that weren't for it that surprised me. My thing is, I'll let you get your stuff
So
out. My
to me,
my main thing was, as long as it wasn't physical, racial,
uh-huh,
or any of that. If you're just kind of like swerving the dude, I feel like it's fine. Like when you're in a public
uh-huh,
figure, I think and you did what you did. I think it's
yeah,
all fair game. But go ahead.
yeah. And so a couple of things that I said about that situation is one thing I one thing that's it's a pet peeve of mine is people with full understanding how fans are. The definition of fan is fanatic. We're irrational. It's literally part of the experience of being a fan,
Hmm?
right? And they're telling us to be
Play ball.
rational fanatics, and
Right.
it's literally an oxymoron, right? And
Hmm.
so when they're telling us to be more considerate of the dude versus how he had little to no consideration of us when he made the call. So I'm not going to be the dude to do something like that.
Yeah.
However, I had no, ill feelings about what that dude did. In fact, it made sense, right?
Hmm.
Oh, his family was there. Okay, I don't care. Like
I don't either.
he should have no, but like he
You
should
should
have
know where you're
thought
at.
about that.
Exactly.
If I'm Nico and I'm thinking about making a move like that, I'm gonna be like, dude, my family lives in this town.
Hmm.
How is their experience living in this town going to be if I was to make a trade like this?
Right.
Because you're talking about your life might be in danger or whatever, like your life might be in danger or whatever, but it's like your kids who have nothing to do with the situation. It is almost akin to you're putting your family in that situation
Exactly.
by making that move. So it's like I'm not going to tell the thing. Like I said it before, the thing that pisses me off more about this is all these fans who are telling us to get over it.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
like, I'm not telling y'all that y'all should be mad because everyone fans differently. Like
Hmm.
that. So don't tell me that I should get over it because this is not. I'm not the type of dude to just cheer for laundry. If you know the Seinfeld reference, he had like a little stand up bit. I'm not sure if it was a show or if it was a real stand up where he's like, you realize us fans, we're just cheering for laundry. We're cheering for everyone who just wears our jerseys, right?
Mm.
But it was
Mm.
like for some of us, it's not like that. Like we
Mm-mm.
actually care about the people who are wearing the jersey. And if you do them wrong, it's almost like you're doing us wrong. And now AD, as good of a player that he is, wearing the Dallas jersey, I'm not riding for him as hard as I rode for Luka.
Yeah.
Even if he was to win a championship here,
Hmm.
even if he was the finals MVP, I would rather lose with Luka than win with AD.
Man. Right. That's it right there. That is it. I would have much rather had never won anything
Yeah.
with Luca
Yes.
than to win with this right now.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Dirk. I would have been fine if we never won a damn championship with Dirk.
There would have been a statue of Dirk in my house
There's
even if
there's
he never
there's
won.
there still would newsflash people. There still would have been a statue for Dirk in front of that arena
Mhm.
if he never won. That
And it will be what look like. That's how I am. If they a lot of people I know, slightly
and I
said
think
this,
and I think
slightly
it's a
said
Dallas
this,
thing. But go ahead.
and yeah, slightly said this, and I think some uh Locked On has probably said this. Like the one way to fix this is if you're to win. I'm just like, nah.
No,
Like
hell
no.
no, no.
No.
Like
Like
and here's the thing. Like those channels, they're they do
they have
great off of mass content, right? So
yeah.
you have to reel some of the fans in, right? But here,
Mhm.
I don't. I mean, like
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't phase me one bit.
it's
All
for
right.
their benefit to keep to keep the fans in a
Engaged. Yeah,
engaged in a
engaged.
rational state where it's like, hey, no matter what happens, I'm still on, I'm still cheering for the Mavericks or whatever. Where it's like, look,
And like the whole
but
when I think Slade said he was like, "Oh, I'm glad they rigged it for us." And I'm like,
I was like,
I'm
I
I'm
mean,
mad
like
they rigged it for Nico.
yeah, exactly. You fan how you fan. I'm not gonna hold against you, but
Right,
that will kind of take if a story was to break and everything that I was suspecting came true, like I couldn't be as locked in the league as I can because it's like I'm not I'm not a WWE fan, so things that are scripted, it doesn't hit with me like probably it does with some of y'all who are like WWE people, right?
right.
Like I understand what they do. I understand that some of the things that they do is real. They go through real pain and whatever, whatever.
Mhm.
But it's scripted, so I can't get as into it as a lot of people can. And if I found out that if a story broke that, hey, the NBA is actually scripted, here it is, whatever, whatever, the the Luka the Lakers thing, like it needed to be done, it was in the cards. I would have been like, well, I don't think I can watch. I don't think I can watch
Yeah.
league anymore. I don't know what I'll do. I'll try to find another hobby.
And then
So yeah, so when Slightly was like, good, they rigged it for us. I'm like, I mean, if
oh
that's what
yeah,
you
I guess. I guess.
you got a big following, like
Yeah, yeah, you got to keep
it
them
will
engaged.
it will suck if everyone just suddenly, thought about what else to do with their lives instead of, following the Mavericks. That would not be
Right.
good for your bottom line.
And honestly, people could say the same thing about me. Like, oh well, now you've built a Luca following and this and that. And my thing is like, it's not paying the bills.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pandering to a big audience.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah. Let's look
their
at the
country
people
isn't
who
even bigger than Texas. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
So
like, let's
like,
look at yeah,
okay,
let's look at the content creators that follow a singular NBA player and see how they're doing. Like,
right. Like yeah, like oh
ain't nobody doing that for paychecks. You're doing that for the love of the
yeah,
player.
yeah, and
So I completely understand.
it's just like a moral issue for me. But you know,
Yeah, no,
I'll try to do my best, but it's just tough. Like I got to do what feels right to me, even though because honestly, bro, I could be up here pushing Maverick shit too.
mhm,
I could push Maverick shit, fake the funk. I could fake like, oh yeah, this team's gonna be great. I could be a
yeah,
homer. I could kiss ass, all that shit just to build this channel up.
uh-huh.
But
Yeah,
here, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, your heart isn't as in
Nah,
it.
it's not
That's
in there.
why, I respect everybody. Even if they're still rocking with the Mavericks, I'm not gonna hold it against you. I respect the people who went hard against the Mavericks and the administration,
Yeah, yeah.
the front office or whatever. I respect the people who stopped podcasting after that trade. I think we lost
Mavs
Mavs
outsiders,
Outsiders. We Talk
uh,
Mavs has completely rebranded to now
yeah,
they're just
cap and crown
yeah, they just which is a awesome name. That's probably shouldn't have been their name from
from
the
the
get
start.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they've changed their content immensely. They now just talk just league in general.
yeah.
So I don't blame them for that. You know, like a lot of people, Kirk, he's he's still on
Still
the
going.
yeah, he's still going on the he hated the trade and it's completely changed his relationship with the Mavericks. As
Yeah.
successful as Mavs Moneyball is and the Pod Maverick podcast has been doing, he's still, not. I appreciate him more because I can when something happens and it goes against your bottom line to take a stance, I inherently will have more respect for
Right.
right. Because the thing that
Same.
makes the most sense is, hey, this is a job that I have, and I need to do what's best for my job so I can provide for myself and for my family, whatever, whatever. So, um, let me just toe company line and speak. Don't mention Luca as much as I should because I don't want to get the people riled up. Whatever.
Right. What is this?
I
Kirk Luca Kirk Doncic.
Yeah, exactly. And Kirk is just like f all that and whatever. So I'm like, all right, bro. Like I didn't have an opinion on you for a long time, but now like my respect for you has gone up because
Yeah, yeah.
you're going with your I don't want to say morals because I don't think it's super. deep like that. But I have no other word for it. It's almost like you're going with your morals, dude. You didn't think what went down was right, and I can't openly just carry water for you guys um post this trade, knowing that what you did was completely wrong.
Yeah. I mean, because for example, brother, like I made almost $3,000 in 2022, 2024 making
Mhm.
Mavs content since the trade, and since I've
Uh-huh.
stopped, and since I'm not gonna hit that this year.
Yeah.
But does that change anything for me? No, because I don't care, bro. At the end
Yeah.
of the day,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, I would give $3,000 the money I made. I would give it right back to the Mavericks. Be like, hey, I know this is just 3,000, but my 3,000 is like 100 million for you. Bring
Yeah.
me back Luka.
Yeah.
Like I would throw this channel away if it brought Luka back. Like
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with it. But
Yeah.
that's the other thing that people won't consider whenever they talk crazy about me, because I get some crazy one. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you do understand I threw away what I built the last 3
Yeah.
years, right? Like,
Yeah.
you
Now
know.
I've heard some people they subtweet they'll subtweet you.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah. Oh, bro, I get
subtweet you
the,
on their podcast.
yeah.
I'm just
It's
like,
crazy.
fan how you fan. Like, stop telling people how to fan. The dude's he's literally hurt. Like, people need to understand. Like, this was a traumatic experience that we
It,
went
wa-
through.
it was the worst sport experience
Yeah,
I felt. Like
yeah,
2006 finals loss, that sucked. The 2020 what, four finals loss?
hmm
It was. I was
that, that-
excited because of the future. Like it wasn't that
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Um.
It's
Uh.
rare. It's rare that someone gets in the finals the first time and
Wins
wins.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's almost like that's part of the process. Like, the
yeah,
Celtics have gotten there like 2 times and
yeah. I mean,
lost.
they were there every single year since
Yeah,
Tatum got there. It's like, all right, brother, you gotta get over the hump eventually. Like this is
exactly,
our
and so
first
they,
time getting there.
so kudos to them.
Yeah.
But it was part of, like, we went through the building blocks with the Mavericks under the Luka era, as any building team should. You are young, entertaining, but not winning games. Then you're young, you're a good team, winning games. Went to the playoffs, no expectations, but still put on. You were still competitive. You had that 2 years and went to a game 7 with a team that you're probably uh, least likely to beat in a 7 game series. That Clippers team was probably best equipped to take on that Mavericks team.
Mhm.
And then when there were some expectations, like, hey, okay, this year we need to actually get past the first round, and then we did that in 22, right? Um, and then, hey, we're playing with house money. Let's take the number 1 seeded Suns to game 7, completely demolish them to the point where they haven't even recovered from that. Like, we
Yeah.
completely destroyed that franchise.
They're done.
Um, and they haven't recovered. And that was because of our guy. And then we had our dip, right? Which is natural and something that we can get behind. It helps getting behind, a dude when you experience ups and downs,
Yeah.
right? If you heard someone tell a story and it was just like, oh, I came in and everything I did, was just successful and whatever, whatever, it's not a compelling story.
Uh,
We were building the compelling Lucas story, but and they robbed us of the conclusion of that,
straight
right?
robbed.
It was almost like we're watching a movie and then you just like shut it off, like
Or,
midway through it. You know what I mean?
we got robbed and there's no crime scene. There's no
No,
investigation. Like I was like,
exactly.
well, y'all saw it though. No, we didn't. We didn't see it. You know.
No.
All right, man.
Anyway,
Well, we've been on for an hour.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
it,
There's a
brother.
lot of things I had to get off my chest about this. There's a lot of stuff that, oh, we talk about guys that don't podcast anymore. My guy DDP doesn't even podcast
Right, right,
anymore.
right. I was
Yeah.
able to get him to send me a personal video to air. And I aired it on one of my streams. I think it was the Luca return game. He had sent me like a 10-minute video, and I aired it live on the stream. I was like,
Oh, wow.
hey, I was able to get him to come out of the
Yeah.
retirement partially,
Yeah.
but
I
it was pretty
talked. No,
cool.
we still talk, dude. And he was just like, yeah, you can't he
Yeah.
couldn't do it after that trade. He was like, he's done.
Yeah.
If he was to do anything, it would be like cap and crown. No, we have to talk about the NBA in general, but
Yeah.
he's into what he's doing now. He's moving up. He's actually gaining a lot of he's I don't know, I was about to say gaining a lot of weight. Not that way, but he's making moves and waves in the companies that he's working for. So he's putting all his focus on that, which much props to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I mean that's another one. That's another OG that we lost in the wake of this trade. Um, but it is. But anyway, I say all that to say I appreciate you for letting me get some things off my chest. I haven't had really a platform of any kind because I kind of just borrow y'all's and to get some of the stuff out. And I literally for the last 7 months I haven't been able to do anything. Not, I could have, yeah, if I asked, but I was just so out of it that I didn't feel the need to. But no, I just appreciate you for having me on, dude.
Yeah, no, and I know we've been talking about trying to the collaborate, and so
Mm.
this video just kind of came them to the forefront because I just felt like it was seeing Luca's success in Eurobasket. It's just like it's
Yeah,
bringing it
dude.
all up again, and I was
Yeah,
like,
dude. Yeah, dude.
I gotta talk
That
about it,
that,
man,
that could have been that's our guy.
bro. We like if he wins Eurobasket, oh man, I'm gonna be unhinged on Twitter. I'm gonna be so bad,
I
dog.
thought the defense was championship. Get out of here.
Like he took this
Let's
bum
go,
ass
Nico.
roster, beat Germany,
Yeah.
and won Eurobasket. Like, bro,
And
they
the crazy thing is this resets Luca's um trajectory. It doesn't reset it, but it kind of knocks it back a little
yeah.
because that Lakers team is not built for him to be super competitive
Ooh,
anytime soon.
I would push back a little bit. I do push back a little
Not
bit.
championship, not nearly
No,
anything
no,
what he was with the 24 Mavs.
no, not championship, but
Maybe.
I would say the biggest caveat to them is DeAndre Ayton. If he shows up to play up to his potential, it changes
Big
things
if.
because that'll be the first time he has a center that can get his own bucket. He has a midi. He has all those tools at his
And yeah,
disposal.
Christian Wood. Christian Wood.
Right. And
I'm saying that unironically, like Christian Wood was a fucking bucket when he
a
Mavs.
bucket, and for some
Yeah.
reason we didn't use him. Like that pissed me
Mhm.
off. But this will be the first time he has someone that's someone like Aiton, and I think it'll also help LeBron and just everyone else. And so
Yeah.
I just think right now, because they don't have, say, the injuries to a Kyrie like the
Mhm.
Mavericks, that the Lakers are probably going to get off to a way better start than the Mavericks are. And you already know how that's gonna go.
No,
Like the
I can see that. But for me, once Kyrie comes here, I think the Maverick um roster would be more complete than the
right
Lakers.
right
I
off the
think.
bat, right off the bat, Kyrie comes back. You think they're better right off the bat?
I mean, I have to see how he
Yeah,
is, but once he gets back to his pre-injury self, or
yeah,
even 80 or 90% of what he was, I think it's a better roster. I don't think this
yeah,
like I think Lively and Gafford are a better fit with Luca than Aiton. I
yeah.
think I mean they have the creators. Um can LeBron play off of Luca the way that he'll need to for them to win a championship? Because
At 41, he's gonna have to.
he's good. But the thing is, he's been playing for so long where everyone has to play off of him,
Yeah,
and he's probably so used to that. And now it's like, dude, no, you have to play off Luca now. Like
yeah,
it can't be you and Luca standing at the top of the key,
yeah. I know.
trying
Luca
to
can't
make
be 1A, 1B. You can't do that.
yeah. I mean, it was like that with Kyrie, but Kyrie worked so well off of Luca,
Yeah.
right? Um,
And it did take a while. It did
it
take a
did
while.
it did take some time, but
Yeah.
once they got
Once they
some
figured
more
it out, it was
transaction
beautiful.
periods, right?
It was beautiful to
After
watch, man.
that Kyrie trade, then it made sense, and they all came together. So I don't think at this moment in time, I don't think the Lakers are a championship contender. Whereas if we never made that trade, Luka will still be like Luka's uh standing in the league has gone down because I don't know what it is with playing with LeBron or whatever. Like, okay, for example, Luka went from a 97 on 2K and
To
2K5 to a
94.
95 now.
Yeah,
And for absolutely no reason. Like
no
people
reason.
people legitimately think Shea Gildress Alexander is better than Luca, and
Thought it.
I still don't think so. Yes, he won a championship. Yes, he won Finals MVP. Yes, he was regular season MVP. Yes, if you never made that trade, I'm willing to bet that the Mavericks will be able to take out the Thunder.
Yeah.
If that
Yep.
trade never
Yep.
happened, right?
Man, the
So you
Mavericks
would have had
they were ready, bro.
they
They were
would.
ready.
But
And
anyway, let me we could literally go on for 2 hours.
we could go
Maybe
on forever, dog.
yeah,
But they said we're not Mavs fans, but yeah,
yeah, exactly.
we
So,
could talk
so
Mavs all
yeah,
day at the same time.
let me know next time you want to hop on if you ever do Midnight Madness or whatever, and I got time. I'm more than happy to jump on.
Yeah,
I probably won't be as knowledgeable as I once was because I just don't follow as hard as I used to. But I'll try to be entertaining and keep the conversation
as crazy as it is, as jaded as I am, I still follow them. Like it's
going.
just it's just part of my daily digest. Salute the
Yeah,
Mavericks digest.
they're up to my
Apparently he's Luka digest now to some people. But anyway,
really.
yeah, somebody was messing with him. Well, it was me. I was messing with him. But then
Okay,
somebody was like, "Is this Luka digest?" And they were like, "Bro, TGK already knew you were gonna comment that and this and that." So it was
that's
funny.
funny.
But yeah, man. Hey, appreciate it, brother. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. For those that watch this, if y'all watching this long or this long into it, appreciate y'all watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow the homie Enyi. The description is below for Twitter. Other than that, man, it's been your boy TGK. Until the next time, we out.